1600-metre Class 3 for race number 3. The third event headed by circuit number 2 is a big winner on the final day last season. Tommy Berry rode that time. Sha Tin takes over on Sunday. Friends of Kai Ying beaten favourite in his last start back in July. Cheerful Giggles has his first start for Tony Millard. Cheerful Star, Mongolian legend, still maidens, lightly raced, as is Patriot Hero. Enfolding makes his Hong Kong debut, comes out of the UK with a couple of wins to his name, and Ho Ho Phil backs up from Wednesday night at the Valley. As far as the horses travelling back from Chung Fa are concerned, well, Mongolian legend Grant van Niekerk will ride for Mi Choi. He came back again on Tuesday, Brett. Yep, of course, a five-time winner in the land of the Kiwi before he came to Hong Kong, and he ran a really bold race first up, so interested to see what he does first up at Sha Tin on Sunday. But circuit number 2, well tried at his last start last season. He was right up on the speed, potential leader here, and the more rain that falls, I would have thought, the shorter in price he'll probably be.
Zach Burton will take the mount on Friends of Kai Ying. It's him on the far side there, just working with his stablemate Absoluco. He goes well, and he normally does work well, this horse. He just doesn't win out of turn. He's only won the one from the 31 starts, but numerous placings, so he's normally there or thereabouts. I like this horse, Cheerful Giggles, a lot. I think he's improved a lot in the off-season. He's changed stables. He's now with Tony Millard. He's got him going really nicely. He's trialled well, and his track work's been very good, so I expect a really good run from him, Cheerful Giggles. Patriot Hero, another one that's had plenty of work. He's just pushed out a little bit in this piece of work, but he did respond when he was asked to, so I did like that, and he went some pretty good races in high quality last season.
Well, he did, barrier 8 for him, but he's still yet to win in 8 starts. Let's start off then with our favourite here, circuit number 2. This is the win that we spoke about before. His third start, it was course and distance, a yielding track as well on this occasion.
It was. That is a good point, Andrew. But if you look back at his form from Melbourne, he had 2 starts at Caulfield. He won them both, one a maiden and then a benchmark 64. The amount of money that went on this on the day was a massive amount. So there was a lot of confidence to suggest he'd run well, and he has performed well. I think he's quite a smart horse. Marzouk was just sort of building his preparation, and he towed him up on that surface. So the track probably had a little bit to do with the margin, I would have thought. He
looked a bit light, I thought, as well, leading into that. He put on 18 pounds, so I think that's probably a good thing for him. He had 2 starts in Australia. He was unbeaten in both. He was called Keen when he was down there. So he looks like a nice horse. He's just got to carry the top weight. That's the thing.
It's a pretty polished performance as a 3-year-old. Now he's a 4-year-old, so he's probably going to get better.
All right, so Sha Tin will take over on circuit number 2. Let's get his thoughts ahead of Sunday's race.
Karis, circuit number 2, won well towards the end of last season. Looks to be a nice horse to be jumping on for the weekend.
Yeah, looks like a horse going forward, a really nice horse. Like you said, now he won a very nice race last season. I had a trial on him last week, and he gave me a really nice feel.
Small field, doesn't look a particularly strong race. Do you go in confident about his chances first up here?
Yeah, well, like I said, he had a nice trial. I think he's the type of horse that have the ability, not a big field. So we'll see. He's got the ability to win a race like that. So I think going forward, I think in a field like that, he can be competitive.
Overall, what's your opinion of the horse?
Really nice horse. I think, like I said, we'll just keep it improving. Still not at his best yet, but to go to a race, he's ready to go to a racing.
Yeah, most likely favourite. Another good ride for Karis on the weekend. That's circuit number 2. Others we can take a check on. Well, Friends of Kai Ying. This is going back to last season, of course. He's first up here. He's just got the 1 win to his name. That was over the 1400 metres at Sha Tin.
2 out of his last 3 starts. Zach Burton was able to have the horse a little handier in the run. Obviously still wasn't able to break through for another win, just the 1 to his name, but a good barrier here, and I'm sure from that barrier he'll be trying to have him in the first 2 or 3 and have a crack at them late.
Yeah, well, I've got him in on a place line. He doesn't win out of turn, but I think he can run a good race once again.
All right, Mongolian legends back from Chung Fa, Grant van Niekerk will ride. We're going back to his very first start, which was back in May last season, when he closed off strongly behind Rise High.
Yeah, it was a good run here. He sort of had longer form when he came from New Zealand, when he was trained by Murray Baker and Andrew Forsman, but he won plenty of races down there, as Brett mentioned earlier on. And he looks like a nice horse. He hit the line strongly enough. I just wonder if 1600 is going to be too short for him.
Well, this was 1600, and he did catch the eye. I mean, that's a strong race, Rise High. We know what he went on to do at the latter stages of the season. Dr. Jeff was in that as well. So there's a lot of potential behind Mongolian Legend. I like the fact that he's fresh.
Yeah.
All right, OK. Give him a chance then. The 5. This is Cheerful Giggles. Now with Tony Millard. I liked him a couple of times last year. Just whether he's come to hand or not, I suppose, first up.
Well, he has, I think. He's changed stables. He looks good. It was a really nice trial. He wasn't pushed at all. All 3 of these horses are his stable mates, and I see a lot of improvement. Don't forget, he's a Group 1 placed horse in Australia before he got here, and he's dropped 10 rating points from 86 down to 76. And circuit number 2, who's a 64 rated horse in Australia, has to give him weight.
Yeah, I think acclimatisation maybe have been a little issue for him.
Yeah. All right, Patriot Hero, we're seeing Trial and Carnival Day on the turf.
Yeah, look, I gave him a little sneaky rough chance heading into the Derby. Since then, he's just gone very average. But another one who I think may have just sort of had things rushed a little bit. We know that trial form stands up OK with Triumph and Jewel winning. Nice horse. I think he will have a good prep this time in. I didn't sneak him in first up, though.
All right, and this is Enfolding, making his Hong Kong debut. James Fanshawe trained him in the UK. He was a 2-time winner on the all-weather surface at Wolverhampton.
Yeah, he's had 2 trials here. He's 1,080 pounds. He's got a good barrier number 2. I'm just happy to watch him go round first time, though. Maybe wait till he gets onto the all-weather.
Yeah, he's just sort of niggled along there, alongside a Starlet who didn't really flatter on Wednesday night.
We had a bit of an excuse, I thought, Starlet.
Yeah, he's always got excuses.
He ran into a bit of traffic. I don't mind him. He had 1 start on the turf. He ran OK, but most of his runs have been on the... But, yeah, it's a wait and see with him. But circuit number 2, looks like he's going to be quite short, Paul.
He is, and I'm going to take the horse that's got Group 1 form in Australia. Circuit number 2 has to give him weight, Cheerful Giggles. He's changed stables. We know that Tony Millard does pretty well with these new horses into a stable. I think he's given it a really good preparation. I think he's going to be a good bet. I'm going to make him the bet of the day, actually, because he's going to come up a good price. So I've got him on top to beat circuit number 2, who's going to come up pretty short. Friends of Ka Ying, I think, could run a nice placing as well, and Patriot Hero running on for 4th. So I end up with 3-1-2-6.
I've got similar numbers, actually, but I'll go with circuit number 2 because I think the speed map suggests he should find the front. We've had, obviously, a bit of rain leading in towards the meeting. It might not affect the track, but that won't bother me because he did win twice on a good track in Melbourne. I think he's just quite smart. So him on top, Mongolian Legend fresh, Friends of Ka Ying, and Cheerful Giggles like Paul. I rate him a chance, but maybe wanting a little bit further for me. 1, 5, 2, 3.
All right, same trio as you, Brett. So I've got Mongolian King on top, though. Legend on top. I think fresh up, he might be the way to go. We will see. That's race number 3.